Hi, Mike McGrath from Semantrix. This is a demonstration of semantic fusion, in this case an example of an observation platform system. So, selecting the observation example, we have an audio sensor, a tank and a platoon, and the ability to register a number of COIs, conditions of interest in the system. A COI is effectively represents a scenario of sensor inputs and or textual information and a set of behaviours we'd like to have occur. Now, in this case, if we register an investigate sensor, COI with the platoon, on something interacting with the audio sensor in the system, the platoon will investigate. We can also register a platoon withdraw from tank. So if we're able to specifically identify a vehicle as a tank, the platoon will withdraw at that point, but they will investigate any enemy vehicle and then withdraw if they are able to determine it's a tank. So we'll register that as well, start our simulation running in this case, and we will trigger a tank advance. So the tank moves into the environment, we'll travel past the audio sensor, we'll see the audio sensor send out a condition trigger indicating that it's picked up on that. The platoon advances to the audio sensor location where the tank was detected, however the tank's moved on and they're not able to visually sight it. On the tank withdrawing, moving past them, this will trigger off an appropriate withdrawal response. The leader has seen the tank, the system moves away and moves out back to its original location. Now, the other option we can have is withdraw the tank and sensor investigation COIs and trigger off a tank advance, and actually in this case have the battalion, which has registered a COI now, to have an investigation occur. When we advance the tank, we will see the audio sensor fire an appropriate detection event. That will trigger off a COI saying detect the vehicle and send out a UAV flyover. The flyover will pick up the tank and indicate that it's actually detected a tank specifically in this case, which would have triggered off an appropriate action. Now, again, we can leave that in place. We can re-enable the previous investigation elements, withdraw the tank, and what that will trigger off as it hits the audio sensor is both an investigation by the platoon and an investigation by the UAV. As soon as the UAV is determined it's a tank, the platoon is notified, and given they have a COI saying withdraw in the case of a vehicle which is a tank, they actually return to base. And so this demonstrates quite a complex set of interactions and behaviours from a very simple scenario. Again, this control console we're showing here is a sensor simulation which feeds into our sensor processing loop. And the other area indicates sensors which have been detected, COIs or scenarios which have been identified, and the appropriate actions which have been triggered. Okay, thank you for that, and we'll show you some more demonstrations in a minute.